Hello everyone, it's Alex, and I'm back again for another review. Yes, today we're graced by another Pop Culture Shock piece. Just under 2 years for this one. This went up for audit 2015 on Halloween, apparently, from what I've been told or what I remember. And this shipped to me about a week before Halloween. Actually made it to the UK before that. I was hoping to get this up for Halloween, but of course Mr. Customs got involved. But luckily I only had to pay £26 customs because Pop Culture Shock are brilliant at things like that. Now this is Pop Culture Shock, of course. This is the American Werewolf in London 1/4 scale statue. The Kessler Wolf. That's David Kessler from American Werewolf in London. If you haven't seen American Werewolf in London, I suggest you stop my review and go and watch it now. American Werewolf in London is probably one of my favourite horror films ever. It's a sort of one I watched as a kid, and it shit me up a lot. There was a few like that, like Nightbreed. That really fucking freaked me out. But I've had a real thing for werewolf films ever since I was a kid. With American Werewolf in London and The Howling probably being two of the best. Dog Soldiers, that's really up there as well. There hasn't been a really good werewolf film for a while. Quick shout out to Van Helsing, the Hugh Jackman film. Those werewolves are buff. They're real buff. But I love the transformation. That the CGI is fucking terrible, but I love the ripping of the skin and and all that sort of stuff. Van Helsing, not a bad movie actually, popcorn flick, but actually not bad. But werewolves, we've had nothing since The Wolfman with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins, which is quite a while back now, and that was okay. It wasn't great. Werewolf designs go, number one is The Howling, which again we'll get onto later. Number two is American Werewolf in London. So when Pop Culture Shock announced this, I lost my mind. I never thought we'd get a 1/4 scale Kessler Wolf. No way. But luckily, Jerry's a big horror fan, so he gave us this. Like I said, this went up pre-order a couple of years ago and it's just come out. Pop Culture Shock, just a quick update on those guys. They are turning things around. Stuff is happening. Stuff is shipping. It's getting there. It's getting quicker. The new guys are doing a good job. Now, this was released, like I say, a few weeks ago. The first pictures were awful, as usual. Pop Culture Shock seems to suffer with this every time. First few pictures come out. They're flash photography. They're oversaturated. They look fucking terrible. People lose their mind, and then decent pictures come out, like mine, and people say, oh no, it's actually pretty good. And again with this is sculpted fur, and like my Pop Culture Shock Planet of the Apes Caesar, sculpted fur does not look good under direct light. This does not look good on this video at the moment. If I do this, suddenly it looks better. Who would have thought a werewolf would look better with a bit of darkness on him? Now I'm going to turn that light back on so we can do some details on this. But yes, don't be scared of this statue. It's actually a really well made statue. It's really well painted. Could it have been better? Of course it could be better. Everything could be better. Is it the all nightmarish fucking end of the world piece of shit that people are saying it are? No, it's not. It's actually pretty decent. Now I've done a bit of paint work on this, mainly to this mouth, and to the other mouth, and to the nails. Nails, I've just added clear coat. You can just pick up a bit of clear coat and it just adds a gloss and a shine. The mouth, I've added some brighter red paint, just dab some brighter blood on, just to make it pop a bit. And then I've also clear coated it to give it that slimy, fresh blood look. So as you can see, it's all very drippy. All the gums and teeth are actually all clear resin that have been painted up. The teeth could have been painted better, I agree. They didn't need to be as yellow. Does it make a huge difference? No, not really. There's definitely shots of the model where the teeth are very yellow, and there's somewhere it's very white. I suppose yellow makes more sense for a werewolf. So this, what I'm holding here in my hand, is the exclusive head. And it's very nicely done. The other exclusive part, as you can see on the base, if you don't know the film, this is at the end of the film, he's kind of depressed and he goes to a porn theatre. Can I get some focus, please? He goes to a porn theatre and changes while he's in the porn theatre, and basically rips a couple of guys to bits. So these are the porn theatre steps, and we've also included the exclusive, apart from the extra head, is a little bag of popcorn, which can be sprinkled wherever you like. I've actually glued mine to the base because this isn't a piece I ever plan on selling, to be honest. So I've glued mine to the base. There's about 10, 15 pieces that you can just scatter about. It's a nice. The base is actually really well done. The base was kind of a part. I was like, it's okay. The wolf's the main thing, but if I can get the wolf into a better position, we can have a look at the base. That better? That's better. So all this is done actually quite nice. It's kind of like a wood panel-y bronzy effect. And the stairs are a lot redder than I initially thought they were going to be, and it's got like a weird texture to it that gives it that carpeted look. And I've got to do this very carefully because this paw of the werewolf comes out a very, very, very long way. So I'm just going to turn it here, just so you can see this detail on the back, which is also very nice, very old school cinema look. And basically we've got the same on the other side. Like I say, the popcorn pieces, if I go freehand for a second, the popcorn pieces are literally little textured pieces of popcorn, very nicely done. Let's see if we can pick up. As you can see, now even though bright light on this, you can see that there's plenty of browns. No, that's not right. There's browns and greys and blacks. There's actually plenty of colours and highlights, very subtle, but it is actually there. I did a large number of photos for this one on statueforum.com. I think I posted them on the Facebook group as well, popcultureshock's Facebook group. Here's the regular head, which, you know, really, you don't really need the exclusive head. All the popcorn's cool, you don't really need it. Again, I've added clear coat to this just to give the mouth a bit of sheen. I may add blood to this, I don't know. I kind of like the clean one, as though he's just transformed, and then leave the closed mouth bloody. Both very nice. You know, they're huge pieces, the heads, but I am keeping both out to display. Big magnet on there, goes straight on. Seam, yes, there is a seam. It's the nature of fear with switch out heads, but it's actually not that bad. It's really not that bad at all. And yeah, he looks great. He looks absolutely great. I am more than happy with him. I just want to get a shot of... This is such a pain. This guy's like 22 inches long to the end of his foot, so it's kind of a pain in the bum. But as you can see, all the sculpt here is really nicely done. All the ribs. And it's all highlighted and shaded, which I don't think you'll be able to see a lot of. You can probably see the browns being picked up here and there, but in person, it's so subtle and well done. There you go. You know, it really is a really nice piece. I mean, at the time it was $400, which was quite not a high price, but you know, it's kind of on the high price. But now, you know, 2 years later, $400 is a bargain. Like I say, he's about 10 inches high, probably about 8 inches wide, but it's just that length. He's a good 20 to 22 inches long. Fits in a Besta fine. Obviously, you can, I mean, with him only being 10 inches high, you can put him at the bottom or at the top, and he'll fit in easy with a couple of other, you know, larger statues. So pretty easy to display. Yeah, I'm over the moon with him. I don't know why people have been so down on him. I think with a lot of people nowadays, they see a picture and that's it. They've made their mind up. And I don't care how good the picture is, how amazing the camera is, how good the filters are or whatever, no statue looks as good as it does in hand. I remember the Boeing man thing, which always looked a bit meh on pictures. It's one of the best things Boeing ever did. It's a stunning piece in hand. The details are fabulous, and I feel like this is the same sort of thing. This, under the right lighting, especially if you underlight it, looks amazing. Let's just do that. And then I'm going to take this off here. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm going to do this. And now you start getting effects like that, and you know, it looks really nice. As most things does with decent lighting, but it's a werewolf. You know, it's got to look, it's got to be lit correctly. It has got to be lit correctly. But overall, you know, the PC is well made, the seam line isn't that bad, the teeth are actually better in hand than people are making out. It fits in the base fine, the base is really heavy, the actual wolf itself is really thickly cast, it's not solid. It doesn't need to be. I don't, especially with the pose, because it leans, it does lean right out from the base. As you can see, you know, a good chunk of it isn't on the base, so why would they make it solid? They didn't need to. 2 big pegs on these back feet. That foot basically just rests on the front. But yeah, the base is very, very heavy, stupidly heavy. I'm not a fan of super heavy statues. I like a bit of weight there, but I don't think it's essential. But there you go, guys. Yeah, all that panic over nothing. As I kept saying about the Howling, Pop Culture Shock have also done a Howling statue. Now for me, well, American Werewolf's definitely the best film. The Howling has the better werewolf design. It really does. I think it's the best werewolf design. You don't see them much in the film, you know, because it was kind of, I think you see a bit of claymation on them because they did like the weird double jointed, back jointed feet. So they didn't show them a lot, but the whole, you know, the big head and the floppy ear and all that sort of stuff in the Howling is really, really cool. So I've got the PCS exclusive of that coming, and I think that's due to ship within the first quarter next year. Pop Culture Shock have just recently said that they're going to try and get all their backlog done for the first quarter of next year, which would be an extraordinary feat if they can. Hopefully, you know, by May, June, they'll have caught up and stuff will be on schedule. They are doing a horror piece every year now. So they did American Werewolf and they did Howling, and this year they did Cthulhu, which I like Cthulhu, but not $700. The piece looks astonishing, but there's just so much other stuff. I've got to prioritise the stuff that I really like, and American Werewolf and Howling are 2 of those things that I really, really love. Of course, character appreciation always comes into it, but I think if you're looking for a cool werewolf statue, don't get this. Get the Howling. If you want a real cool werewolf statue, if you have no... I don't recommend this because I think you should know and love and, you know, be besotted with the character before purchasing a £500-600 statue. But if you want a cool werewolf statue, buy the Howling statue. If you want an American Werewolf statue, and I do really, really recommend that you watch the film, because even today, it's such a good film. Regardless of being a werewolf film, it's just such a good film. And then look into buying the statue, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you're disappointed, leave me a message and I'll tell you why you shouldn't be disappointed. So there you go, guys. That's the Pop Culture Shock Kessler Wolf exclusive. Is there anything else I can add? Not really. I think there's only 300 of these guys as well exclusive. I don't know how many they did regular. I didn't even mention the numbers on my Ultraman video. That's how much I care about the numbers. I forget about them. I don't really care. So there you go, guys. Yes, there's 300 of these. I will finish eventually. Mine's number 113. It's supposed to have been an artist proof, but they sent me a number. Good old Pop Culture Shock. I do love them, really. They do. They're one of my favourite companies. They do weird stuff. Who else would give me a quarter scale Kessler Wolf. No one. Okay, that's it, guys. popcultureshock, Kessler Wolf, American Werewolf in London. Great statue. Okay, guys. Bye.